Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome to the ultimate list of famous Canadian actors. Now of course everyone probably knows a few, be it Ryan Reynolds and all the real top dogs, but I've even been caught off guard before saying that The Rock has Canadian heritage, and so I'm sure that there was a whole smattering of people that you go, wow, I never would have known otherwise. Ghostbusters, okay. There's going to be some French names in here that I can't pronounce, but yes, Dan, of course. Really? From Shang-Chi? Fair enough. Damn, so this must be a fairly recent video as well. From what from? From Lost. Interesting. Ah, some massive, massive productions. From American Pie, wow. Jeez. Well, firstly, I just want to know when did... Oh, okay, wow, it only came out a month ago. No wonder they are able to get some of these more modern ones in, like Shang-Chi. I mean, of course, that is a couple of years older now, and it also definitely doesn't change who is going to be a Canadian actor or not, but right out of the gate, just for them to be pulling out things like Lost, you know, these massive international shows that have done very, very well for themselves, even just starting out with Ghostbusters, for goodness sake. It certainly just shows you how on all levels of Hollywood, Canadian actors are just able to infiltrate. Who else is it going to be? From Grey's Anatomy. Okay. Once again, a massive one. Don't know her. Smallville. Right. Interesting. Again, just huge, huge things. I mean, so many of those shows I wouldn't have watched, and I can't have watched everything, but I have definitely watched that man. That is Bruce Almighty, and about a billion others, to be fair. Oh man, Jim Carrey, of course. From Jurassic... Oh, from Superman, of course. I was thinking from Jurassic Park, but no, from Superman. Come on. Who's it gonna be? Ooh. From Will and Grace. I mean, as I did just say, there is no way that I could have watched all of these different shows, especially given how prolific they are. It's not like they're all in one vein. It's like, oh no, you got Will and Grace and Ghostbusters and Grey's Anatomy and Lost, Superman. Like, they're all over the place, and that truly does show you the kind of range that Canadian actors have. It's not like they all just get pigeonholed into the lumberjack role or whatever it may be like that. Thinking about it though, I am now interested to know how many of these people have to put on a quote-unquote USA or American accent, because I reckon for most of the world they wouldn't be able to tell, unless maybe you have the French Canadians, but really some people might have just such a whack accent, such a whack Canadian accent, that they just have to go to their closest nearest cousin. Ooh, from what? Ooh, The Principal. No, I can't say a Noah. Of course, the absolute classic. Free Guy, Deadpool, Green Lantern, even though he hates it, so many different things. Battlestar Galactica. Oh. You almost... Oh, fair enough. Really? Wow. I think I did actually know that, but I reckon if I was questioned about it, I probably would have been very torn between it. I mean, maybe if it was multiple choice, I would have been able to pick it up, but oh man, I mean, it's just such an automatic almost response that you go, oh yeah, they must be American. Not even North American, but just from the USA. That is something that I've heard over and over and over again in the comments going, oh, the USA is just such a media juggernaut that you can't really compete, that people just automatically assume that everything is them. But no, you do actually have a lot of Canadian and even just other internationals, be it Scottish, Irish, all of these different accents that go, oh yeah, we'll come and be in your American films. Species. Can't say a Noah. True. Ryan Gosling, yeah. Again, just probably not one that I would have known immediately, but definitely one that I've been told before. Pretty Little Liars. Again, just massive, massive international shows, and that's what this entire thing's about, but it shows you, like I said, how crazy they are. Really, Hayden Christensen, honestly, another one that I probably would have assumed would be from the USA, or really, I don't know, something about just the way he looks and almost the way he conducts himself. I mean, maybe not the lightsaber and kids part, but yeah, I reckon almost UK vibes or something like that. I just don't know if he really gives off the Canadian, but now that you say it, I can see it. To be fair, perhaps I am being thrown off a little bit by Ewan McGregor, but really, there's so many of these people like Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth, and the list goes on, that they love a certain accent to portray a certain person or character styles or character group. Really? Leslie Nelson as well, man. It is just massive, massive stars that you would never otherwise know about. Who is she? Elijah Cuthbert. I think I've heard the name, but I otherwise wouldn't know. What is it? Yes, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, of course. Covering all bases, really. Yeah, of course. Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future, and a few others as well, but man, just, again, these huge stars. Again from Smallville. Laura Vandervoort. Who are you? Oh, I didn't even recognize him with his hair. I was going, actually, I feel like I kind of recognize him, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then they just bring up the modern photo on the right. But honestly, I just can't get over the fact about how many absolute megastars are on this list. Like I was saying, Michael J. Fox, especially at the peak of his career, was absolutely everywhere. Back to the Future was huge. And it's just, once again, people probably assumed for the most part that he just would have been from the USA, but no. Really? Wow, again, like I was just saying, Michael J. Fox, and now this guy, like, he's just everywhere. Right. Wow. Oh, again, absolute superstar. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It feels like half of Hollywood is Canadian. I can't say I know him. Oh wow, Pamela Anderson. Okay, I wouldn't have recognized it, to be honest. Again, Matthew Perry, Friends, absolutely massive show. It's crazy. Like I said, oh man. James Lawrence, Star Trek. It just, every single time the show comes up and it shows you what it is, you just go, of course. Like I just said, half of Hollywood is Canadian, which is really weird considering that the USA has 10 times the population it does these days. I mean, I don't know back when this would have been filmed, it was probably even more, to be honest. But regardless, the fact that they are this prolific throughout all of Hollywood, like I said, I just can't get over the kind of range that all of these people have. I mean, yes, you were dealing with different people, but you go from the Hunger Games to Star Trek to Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. You have all of these different shows that have been mentioned in the mere last minute or maybe even 30 seconds, for goodness sake. Like, they really are everywhere. Like I was saying, there is probably so much of the general public that just never get to learn or never even know, or just honestly assume that everyone in Hollywood is from the USA, and it clearly just is not true. Who else now? Surely. The list goes on. Just absolutely massive shows over and over and over again. They just command it. Really. Marcus, Year One, and many other things as well. Oh, what's your name? John Candy. Yeah, right. So many. It's just, it's amazing. Rachel McAdams, The Notebook. It's just crazy to me. Whoa. Battlestar Galactica. Of course. Of course. Again, the fact that the two main, or I guess also Morpheus is in there, but the fact that Neo and Trinity are both played by Canadian actors is just outrageous. The fact that they are this commanding in all of these lead positions. I mean, yes, there are so many shows that of course you go, well, yes, that is obviously going to be from the USA and that person's from the USA, but so many people are probably being thrown off by the fact that some people are putting on accents, some people are just changing the way they behave, whatever it may be. It's just, they really are just weaving themselves in every single major show over the last 40 years or so. And I guess that does now make me wonder, when did it start to become a thing, or has it always been a thing? Has it always just been Canadians just weave throughout all of this media and people just always assume that there's not? Oh, who are you? From Clifford. Interesting. Yes, I do not recognize his face. Yeah. He's even playing a Mountie, for goodness sake. Of course he's Canadian, at least in that regard. Another reality show, Criminal Minds. Half of these shows I've never even heard of, or probably more so just never even seen, because, I mean, I guess some of them are going to be straight and only to US screens. Others, if they are going to be coming to Australia, it might be really, really late, or realistically, just, I don't watch that much of this kind of content regardless. And so there are some of these people that I go, sadly, I don't know who you are, but I can still recognize, I go, okay, yes, I do know of Criminal Minds, and if I know about it, but I've never even seen it, then it's a big, big show. Again, How I Met Your Mother, huge, huge show. More Star Trek, of course. William Shatner. Crazy. Don't think I know you, but fair play. Will Arnett. I recognise that picture on the right, but I don't recognise him otherwise. Oh, crazy. Of course. Mike Myers, Austin Powers, plenty of other things, but incredible mind as well. Home Alone. The list truly does just keep going on. It feels like I've been here forever, just going, wow, just being blown away. Well, I guess there we go. Thank you for watching. But my goodness, that list just did not stop. There are so many people that you just go, no way, or wow, or whatever it may be. You just keep getting blown away by the percentage of Hollywood that is actually Canadian. And like I was saying, that truly does show you the kind of caliber that Canada is producing. I mean, really, the fact that you're having so many people, what is this, 40, 50, 60 people in this list, and that is probably just the tip of the iceberg. It truly does show you that for a country that is 10 times as small and probably has to fight 10 times as hard to even get into Hollywood in the first place, they have produced some absolutely insane people overall in terms of how successful they've been, how successful the entire show, brand, TV series, whatever it may be. There are some people in here that you go, absolutely hats off to you, because, oh man, everybody knows you and they otherwise wouldn't know you as Canadian. So it's kind of like almost a hidden gem.